I've done a course on web design before. That's like 2 years ago when I was at EMS. So, but it's just something I just did out of interest, just see what it really looks like. But
Mm-hmm.
not that after then I did something about it. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. Okay, so I think we'll be getting into it. Thank you for talking to us about what you hope to expect and your background. So, I think a few of us know me, and if you don't, my name is Ifoma Wabufo. I'm the founder of IKEIF. So it's pronounced IKEIF. I've had different people say it different ways in different ways. And today we'll be having our host, Calvin, and he's going to be taking us through the entire course. And I tell you that it's an opportunity for you to have him. Aside web design, he does even a whole lot more in terms of personal development. So I'll be reading a short bio about him, and then he would go on to share his slides and tell us what we are to expect during the course of the event. And Calvin, I'm very grateful, and I consider it an opportunity for you to share from your wealth of knowledge. So Calvin Antonza is a digital consultant who specializes in helping brands thrive in the digital space through web design and other digital tools, thereby assisting them in increasing their influence, income, and impact. Over the last 2 years, he has developed skills and expertise in leadership, content creation, copywriting, sales, closing, and lead generation. Also, he's a Google certified project manager. From Adobe Photoshop, CorelDRAW, Canva, WordPress, Wix, Illustrator, and so many other platforms, he's constantly working on developing new skills in these platforms to help clients achieve a modern digital look online. As an impact-driven individual, Calvin identifies with the fourth and eighth Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, which is quality education and to create decent work and economic growth. He works with Tech for Dev, which is Technology for Social Change and Development Initiative, and Woods Lab Foundation, where he has trained over 1,700 people on digital literacy. He also works as a volunteer at the Winning Mindset, one of the fastest growing personal development platforms in Northern Nigeria. Calvin emerged as the winner of the DCSI Africa Impact Award 2022 category of excellence. Currently, he is mentored by Elisha Maman, a John C. Maxwell certified coach, public speaker, and trainer. You are welcome, sir. You have the floor.
All right. Good day, everyone. Can you hear me loud and
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
clear? Okay. Thank you very much, Ifoma, for the platform to speak. Everyone hear me aside Miss Ifoma? Right. If you can hear me and you can see my slide, kindly signify, type in a chat and signify.
Yes, I can
Okay.
hear you.
Nobody's okay. Awesome. All right, guys, welcome to in the next couple of days or weeks, we'll be learning how to be specifically using WordPress, and we'll expose you to it using web design, and also beyond that, you'll be learning how to earn with the skill. You will apply in order for you to get clients to build websites. First thing first, certain things are required that we should have. And number one is that we have our writing materials. That's our jotting book, our pen also. Then we'll be needing our laptops, right? Building a website, you need a amazing. Now let's go into what we have for today. Talking about coding. This is my first slide. Good. First,
Sorry, I think the line seems to be breaking.
is this the break?
Yeah.
Give me 3 minutes to change my net. Anyway, as I try to do that, let me keep talking. So what are brand websites? Brand websites are tells or show information about various brands or various organizations online. Isn't it? So you can think about a brand website as a business personal website that consists of a combination of visuals, colors, and strong written message which communicates the brand image. So a brand, for example, Ephraim's Foundation, maybe an NGO, right, where people offer NGO services, where the owners of the organization offers NGO services. However, if that organization do not have a website, there is all possibility, or there is all chances that they will be limited by what they can achieve. They will be limited by the number of people they can reach, isn't it? So a brand website or website generally comes into play by giving such organization a ground, or by giving such organization a platform to showcase what they do to people who are on the internet. Awesome. Now let's go into definition of terms. Definition of certain terms. The first term I'll be talking about is what is a web page. Now a web page or web page is a document commonly written in HTML that is viewed on an internet browser. Please, is my line still breaking? It's still breaking.
No, it's not.
All right, awesome. So a web page is a document commonly written in HTML that is viewed on the internet browser. So what this means is that any website you visit with your web browser, any website you visit was built or created using HTML. The next term is what a website. Now, a website is a collection of publicly accessible interlinked web page that share a single domain name. So, for example, if I have a website called calvinantonza.com, and you go into that website and you see the home page, you see the about page, you see the contact page, you see the services page, for instance, that is a website. So the collection of all these pages makes it a complete website. The next term we have is what we call content. So any text you see, any visual you see, or any audio content that is made available online is referred to as what? Content. Now, because of this training, we are walking you through, first of all, the theoretical aspects so that you can have a background knowledge about what we are going to go into. Immediately we're done with theoretical aspects, we now move ahead into the practical aspect where you're using your computer to practically learn how to build websites for yourself or offer it to people as a service. Right? And okay, back to what we're saying, content. Now, content is the text or anything you see online. Maybe you're browsing Facebook, you're browsing TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. Maybe you're browsing on using your internet browser. So anything that the system or the phone shows you online, that is referred to as content. Still in the definition of terms, what is a domain name? The domain name is the address of your website that people type in the browser URL bar to visit your website. It's the address of your site. Now, the way it works is this. On the internet, there are different locations. There are different things or different content online. So how people can be able to access or identify your own content, right? Your own content for your website is through a domain name. So maybe I have an organization that specializes in selling of, let's say, digital equipment like computer and so on and so forth. And we have a website on the internet, isn't it? Now, my unique address, the unique address to identify that website is referred to as a domain name. A domain, and it could be www.calvinantonza.com, it could be www.youtube.com, it could be www.informa.com, depending on the domain name that you choose to use. The next thing we have here is referred to as the hosting service. Hosting service. So a web hosting service, the type of hosting service that offers the facilities that is required for an organization or individuals to create and maintain a site. Basically, the hosting service, it gives the website a platform to function. So in as much as I have my domain name, if that platform for my website or for my domain name to function is not there, if that platform that contains all my content is not there, I can have a domain name, but my website will not be functional because I do not have a web hosting. So you can look at the web hosting as a service that keeps the content of your website. So that whenever people go to their browser and type in your domain name, maybe www.calvinantonza.com, they can be able to access the content of your website. Am I communicating? If you understand what I've been saying so far, kindly signify. I want to see your responses on the chat. Kindly type, I can hear you. Some of us that are just joining now. What I'm saying is making sense. Let me see your response on the chat. Amazing. Thank you for that confirmation testimony. Thank you very much, Shamex. Good. Now, what is a web browser? A web browser is an application software for accessing the World Wide Web. So without a web browser on your phone, your computer, there is no way you can be able to access the internet. And we have varieties of web browsers, isn't it? We have Chrome, we have Firefox, we have Internet Explorer, Safari, and so on and so forth. Right? For this training, I advise that we make use of Chrome, Google Chrome. I'm making use of Google Chrome, and advise that we also install it on our laptops before the practical aspect begins. Good. Now, there are various types of websites. That exist. We have e-commerce websites. But one e-commerce website allows users to shop for and purchase services or products online. E-commerce website enables people to shop for and purchase products or services online. Now, if I want to buy something online, for some of you that are in Nigeria, one of the most popular e-commerce websites is jumia.com.ng. Jumia.com.ng. So if I want to purchase a mobile phone, for instance, I can go to jumia.com.ng, and request for that device I want. Another type of website we have is called a blog. So a blog is a journal where an individual, group, or corporation presents a record of activities, thoughts, or beliefs. Typical example is www.lindaikeji'sblog.com is an example of a blog. Now, in that context, you notice that if you go to that website, what you will see is different from what you will see on a website like jumia.com.ng. Reason being that the blog website is entirely different from an e-commerce website. What you're going to see on aliexpress.com may be similar to what you see on jumia.com.ng. Why? Because both websites are e-commerce websites. Now, same thing applies to a website like lindaekigisblog.com and gistlover.com. Those are blogs. So they contain a record of activities. It could be news activities. It could be video activities, depending on what the owner of the website wants to host. Yeah. The third type of website we have is brand websites. So a brand website gives your organization a great foundation for an online presence. I can see Abdulaziz Mahmoud is on this call. Maybe Abdulaziz Mahmoud has an organization called Abdulaziz Foundation. He can decide to create a website for that foundation. So at the end of the day, when people are making research or when people want to know more about Abdulaziz Foundation, they pick up their phone and search for his foundation. They search for his foundation and then they get to see what the foundation is all about. So a brand website showcases more information about an organization. A brand website showcases more information about an organization. Then finally, on my slide here, I have what we call portfolio websites. So this type of website is all about showcasing your professional work with the goal of winning clients. So if you're a person that maybe offers services to people physically or digitally, the portfolio website is something you can also, design or create for yourself. Basically, what the portfolio website contains is information about your skills, your services, what you do, so that at the end of the day, you can be able to get clients to offer your services to. Great. Now, what are the benefits of a website? I hope we are jotting. I hope we're taking notes. Very important we do this because every time spent here should be well used. Every time spent here should be well used. They say a short pencil is much better than a long memory, isn't it? So try as much as possible to pen down things. Anytime I'm fast, kindly let me know so that we can be able to go over what I've said again. I hope that helps. Now, what are the benefits of a website? A website boosts revenue. What does this mean? It means that a professional and well-designed website will attract visitors and help you boost revenue. As a result, imagine a person, Mr. A, and another person, Mr. B. Both of them have NGOs, that is non-governmental organizations. And then they went to pitch for grants. They went to pitch for grants, maybe in America or any other location or any other tier 1 country, right? When they pitched, Mr. A doesn't have a website. However, Mr. B has a website. Now, Mr. A doesn't have any digital presence at all, but Mr. B has digital presence from website. He also have well-optimized social media platforms. Now, let me ask this question. Who do you think will get the opportunity? Those of us that are listening to me, who do you think will get the opportunity? Mr. A is a person who has a website. Mr. B is a person that does not have a website. And then the NGO, yeah, they both have an NGO. They are trying to, apply for certain grants. The website owner, isn't it? Thank you very much, Mr. Olajide, for that one. The person who has a website, why? Because, people are saying Mr. A. Mr. A can't get it. Why? Because he does not have a website. Why will Mr. B get the opportunity? Mr. B will get the opportunity because when they search for him online, they see what he does. They see. Did I say Mr. A has a website? I said Mr. A doesn't have a website. Or am I mistaken? Well, the one that doesn't have a website will not get the opportunity, right? But the one who has a website will get the opportunity. The reason being that they can make research about him, get to see what he does online. He has proof, isn't it? He has proof to show that his NGO really exists. From the Facebook platform to his website, right, to his Instagram, he can showcase all this, and he's going to get the opportunity he's looking for. So that's where the context of boosts revenue comes in. a person or a brand stands to get much better opportunity when they have websites. Number two, market expansion. So anyone from any country will be able to find your company, and as such is now a potential customer. You stand a chance of getting more people know more about what you do. And you know, one thing with the internet is this: people will only buy from you when they know you, they like you, and they trust you. So how do people get to know you? They get to know you when they can see your digital presence through one way, which is having a website. Isn't it? Market expansion. More people tend to see what you do, and as a result, you create your awareness. Thirdly, a website creates a better first impression. Now, taking the example of Mr. A and Mr. B. Mr. A doesn't have a website. Mr. B has a website. Now, who impresses the people that is pitching to more? Mr. B definitely will do so. Why? Because he is able to showcase what he can do or what his organization is doing by proving to them through his website. So he tends to get a much better first impression than Mr. B. Still looking at the benefits of a website, right? Advertising, that's another benefit of a website. Now, while we're even talking about the benefit of a website, we're saying this so that when you have learned the skill and you want to offer it to people as a service, you have what to tell them to convince them to pay you for that service, web design. Do you understand? Because some of us here on this call, I believe strongly that we go and pitch ourselves to certain clients that don't even have it in mind to have a website. Do you believe that there are many, many brands in Nigeria, organizations in Nigeria that are turning over thousands and millions, but they do not have a website because they have not seen the reason to own one? Right? But when you can take up this benefit and go and pitch it to them, maybe they can see the reason to have a website, and you end up getting a contract from such brands or organizations. Right? We're talking about the fourth point here, advertising. So tools like Google AdWords or advertising on Facebook gives you the power to reach customers with much more accuracy and reliability. What does this mean? So you have a website and then you are running a Facebook sponsored advertisement, and then you attach your link to your website on that advertisement. What happens? When people are seeing that advert and they click on it, they come to your website. So there is this, what do you call it now? There is this impression you give to people when you have a website. They see you as a well-structured organization. As time goes on, because you know we're in the digital age. And if you're in the digital age, even if a person cannot afford a website, the person should have a social media platform, right? What am I saying here? A website gives people or more people the ability to know what an organization does. Amazing. So let's go ahead. Now we're looking at a content management system. But before we continue, right, we want to look and see, please be dropping in questions so that as I'm speaking, I can be, speaking and at the same time answering your questions at the course of the meeting. Good. Content management system. What is a content management system? We have, from the beginning, we have looked at the definition of what a brand website is. We have taken you through the definition of, series of terms. We spoke about web page, website, content. Then we spoke about domain name, spoke about web hosting or hosting service, spoke about web browser. Then we spoke about the varieties of the different types of websites that we have today. We spoke about e-commerce websites, blog, brand websites, and also portfolio websites. Then we went on further into the benefits of a website, which are not limited to what was listed on this slide. And the next concept or the next STEM we'll be talking about is called a content management system. Content management system. A content management system is a software that allows you to build and manage websites, even if you don't know how to code, right? The goal of this training in the next couple of weeks is to guide you through how you can build websites, even if you don't know how to code, even if you don't know how to program, right? So that's where content management systems they come into play. So content management systems are software that allows you to build and manage websites, even if you don't know how to code. Now, normally web pages are written with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and many other language. That means normally if you want to build a website without the content management system, you need to know these languages. I repeat, normally websites are built with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, and several other languages. And this means that if you are to build a website without a content management system, you will need to know these languages. However, the content management system is solve the problem, or they solve this problem by enabling you build websites without writing any code or learning a programming language. Right? You want to shorten your learning curve so that you can get started in web design, start earning with it as a skill, and also start earning as a service you offer to people. Do you understand? So content management system, they solve the problem of code. Some people say they cannot code, right? Some people say they cannot program. People say it's difficult for them to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and all these other languages. And that is fine. If you're not a technical person, that's fine. That's where you have the content management system to play. And there are many examples of content management systems that developers have created, right? And one of it is WordPress. So WordPress is a content management system that allows you to host and build websites. It contains plugin architecture and a template system so that you can customize any website to fit or suit your business, your blog, your portfolio, or online store. There are varieties of content management system, and one of it is WordPress. So WordPress is a content management system that allows you to host, build, allows you to host and build websites. It contains a plugin architecture and a template system so that you can customize any site to suit your blog, your portfolio, or online store. What this means is that if you don't know how to code, you can use WordPress to build your website. Don't know how to program and you don't have the time to learn how to do so, the knowledge of WordPress will give you an advantage by helping you create a professional website, even if you don't know how to code. And nobody will know that you use WordPress except people that are like into the web design, like people that are expert in it. But you know the funny thing? The funny thing is that certain clients, or majority of the clients I've worked with over the years, none of them have ever asked me to use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to build a website. All what they need is that they want to see results. Does the website have a home page? Does the site have an about page? Does it have a services page? Does it have a contact us page? You know, is the site beautiful? Is it attractive? If people land on the website, will they stay there and, you know, take action? Will they stay there and you know, get attracted to my organization? Do you understand? Those are the things clients care about. Now, the thing is, there are certain things HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, you know, may not be able to achieve, and there are certain things also that WordPress cannot achieve. In the flip side, there are certain things HTML and CSS, you know, learning all those programming language can achieve, and there are certain things, you know, learning how to build website with WordPress by extension, content management platforms can achieve. I'll be talking about that later on. Now, the second type of content management system we have is called Wix. So Wix is a company that provides a world-class website building platform to millions of users around around the world. Wix is a company that provides a world-class website building platform to millions of users around the world. If you're not a person that is familiar with WordPress, you can also check into Wix, which is also another good web hosting, not web hosting company, another good content management system that people can use to build websites. Any question? Any question so far? So good. Based on what we have spoken about in the last 35 minutes or in the last 30 minutes, any question? I think somebody typed in a question, not long. Person said, can we get those things we have missed, please, for those of us that didn't join up on time? Let me do a quick recap. Let's do a quick recap. Some of us that didn't join early, we spoke about what are brand websites, and we discussed what they are. And we said that a brand website is a business personal website that consists of a combination of several colors, visuals, and strong written message to communicate the brand's image. Awesome. Then we spoke about what a web page is, where we said a web page is a document commonly written in HTML that is viewed on an internet browser. Move ahead, and we spoke about what a website is. So the website is a collection of publicly accessible interlinked web pages, right? That shares a simple domain name. Then we spoke about content. We said content is a text, visual or audio content that is made available online. So any information you view on your web browser or any social media app, those are referred to as content. And we moved on and we spoke about the definition of varieties of terms. Number one, we said domain name. Domain name is the address you type on is the address of your website that people can type on their URL bar, right, to visit your site. Then we spoke about hosting services. There are different hosting services. We also spoke about what a web browser is. A web browser is a software application for accessing the World Wide Web or a local website. So we moved on and we spoke about the types of e-commerce websites, the types of websites we have, where we said we have an e-commerce website, we have a blog, we have a brand website, and we also have a portfolio website. Some of us that just joined in, you can also go through the recording again. I believe it will be sent to us for our understanding. The goal of this training is to bring down everything about website design using WordPress to our level for us to understand. And I assure you that if you follow through this training from the beginning to the end, you will be able to build at least one website, Good. What are the benefits of website? We spoke about that. We said that it boosts revenue, enables you to have a market expansion, isn't it? And we spoke about it saying that it provides a better first impression. It can also enhance your advertisements, right? If you're advertising on Facebook or Google, you stand or get a chance to be able to showcase your brand to more people, Moving ahead, we spoke about content management system. And we said that a content management system is a software that enables you to build a website even if you don't know how to code. Awesome. Then we moved ahead and we spoke about the examples of content management systems. I spoke about WordPress and I spoke about Wix. So somebody is asking, what are the limitations of CMS? Let me start with the advantages first of all. Or let me start with the limitations. Let's start with the limitations. Number one of the limitations of content management system is that, before I even say that, we should bear in mind that everything that has an advantage also have a disadvantage. Do you understand? So if you are building website with programming languages, HTML, CSS, and all those things, all those programming languages, there is an advantage to it. If you're building website with them, HTML, CSS, and so on and so forth, there is also a disadvantage to it, right? If you are building a website with content management system like WordPress and Wix, there's an advantage to it and there's also a disadvantage to it. Now, what are the advantages of building websites with content management system? Number one, you code less. Number two, you have the ability to build a website in a few hours or in a few days to achieve what your clients want. So number three, you have lesser time to, you can easily manage the website. You can easily make any changes to the site depending on what the client wants. You can build your website with content management system using drag and drop functionalities that the content management system offers. So the developers of this content management system, the people that built this content management system, they have given us a platform to easily create websites with drag and drop functionalities. Excuse me. Then secondly, what are the disadvantages of content management system? Now, there are certain times when you want to build an advanced website, and if you don't do your due research, we have what we call plugins when it comes to content management system like WordPress. Certain plugins cost certain amount of fee, and you may not be aware of this before you even begin your project. Do you understand? And another disadvantage of content management system is that you don't have the ability to fully manipulate the site to suit whatever you are doing. For example, cannot manipulate the site because the content management system, the WordPress, was built by another set of people. So what's the essence of coming to do a personalized customization when you should have done it building using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? So you understand? So it's much better that if you are building a high-tech website, something like a banking website, such kind of financial-based website, is much better you build it using things like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But in this context, you're learning how to build brand website at the course of this week. Using content management is highly achievable. It's highly advisable, right? Because you tend to learn it fast, and you tend to also offer it to people who are in need of it as a service in due time. You can imagine building a website for people, over 4 people, over 5 people within 1 month, right? Because you have learned how to use WordPress. That same website that you build, those same set of websites that you built in a month, those 5 set of websites you built in a month, it's very difficult to do so using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Reason being that primarily business owner, what they need on their website is the home page, about us page, services page, and contact page. Excuse me. So for you to even be able to design in such a way that it's going to look attractive, 1 month may pass and you may not finish building just one site. You're using programming languages to do so. So CMS or content management system come into play. They help you to achieve more, right? They make you to achieve more in a short period of time. Why? Because you are achieving what the client wants. You are fulfilling the expectation of the client by building the home page, about us page, services page, and also the contact us page. So I can also see another question. If you have a website built with WordPress, how do you manage it when you don't have the ability or knowledge of building a website? How do you? I don't understand that question. Someone asks, if you have a website built with WordPress, how do you manage it when you don't have the ability or knowledge of building a site? Now, you need to have the ability of building a site. You need to have the knowledge. That's why you are going through this training, right? That's why you are going through this training. The essence of this training is to guide you through on how you can build and manage websites built with WordPress. Good. Rukaya says, can WordPress be used to build school websites? Said, if yes, can you connect a database and collect data? WordPress, there are plugins that do so. There are plugins that you can use, a person can use to build school websites. Other plugin when it comes to content management system. We're going to get into that, I think, on our next webinar. Right? Plugins are softwares that increases the functionalities of your website. So, for instance, if you want your website to have the ability to have an e-commerce functionality, there is a plugin for that. You want your content management system, WordPress, to have the function of a drag and drop ability, there is a plugin for that. Do you understand? Yeah. So likewise, if you have your if you want your WordPress website to have a school functionality, like a schooling functionality, there is a plugin, or there are plugins for that. Awesome. Then someone is asking, are there ready-made templates on WordPress that can be used as a guide to build a website? Yes. The answer to that is yes, and that's what we'll be doing. We'll be walking you through the guide on how to use existing templates, right? Existing templates in WordPress to build a website. Now, let us understand the scope of this training in the next couple of weeks. The essence of this training is to help you get started in web design, right? If you are to learn a programming language, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and those languages, 1 month is not enough to take you 6 months, probably 6 months to 1 year. Are we together? But the essence of this training is to get you started in web design, and also how you can earn from the skill, within a short period of time. So, okay, another question just came in. Are the plugins sold, and how do you know which plugin to use? We're coming to plugins in our next webinar. Plugins are free. There are plugins that are free, and there are plugins that are not free, right? But if you want to build a functional website, you can use only free plugins to achieve that. Free plugins will give you the ability to build a fully functional website. And I don't know whether I have the ability to share some of the sites I've built in the past. Let me see. I think my time is almost up. If not, it's already up. If can I go ahead and show samples of websites I've built in the past? Maybe 2 or 1, so that they can have an idea of what to expect.
Yes, please, you can.
All right, thank you very much. Give me a moment. All right, so I'm sharing my browser shortly. Good. Can you see my screen? Hello everyone, can you see my screen? Or my screen is not showing?
Yes.
All right, you can see my screen. Thank you very much. Can you see my browser screen specifically? Okay, good. So you can see this is an e-commerce website. I built this with WordPress. So you know the brand is Vineyard Agrochemical Ventures, right? It's a brand that is based in Adamawa State, Nigeria. Now looking at this, you can see it has the buying functionality. People want to purchase something, they come over to the buy now, they click on it, and what they want to buy is added to the cart. They come down. When they view the carts, click on view carts. You can see it takes them to this place where it shows them the pricing. Do you understand? So if they click on proceed to checkout, take them to the checkout page where they can, fill in their details. Excuse me. Fill in their details and then place the order. This is an e-commerce website. I built this, I think, 2 years ago, so I can't really remember when. Now, let me go to another website for an NGO called idofoundation.org. idofoundation.org. Ido Foundation is an NGO. Good. So this is what the website looks like. Still loading. So in as much as it was built with WordPress, you can see how functional it is. So you can achieve and build almost any kind of website you want to with content management systems like WordPress. So if I scroll down, you see the website have a a blog page or a blog functionalities where people can post in, or where the admin can post in featured narratives. These are blog content. Scroll down, see information about this NGO. If they want to donate here, click on the donate now button. Then it takes them to the donate page where they can make donations, so on and so forth. Want to go to the contact page, click on contact us. Now it takes them to the contact page, so you can see their phone number, their address, and also their official emails. Do you understand? So this is what you should expect. At the end of the day, when you will finish the course, or at the course of the training, you will learn how to build a brand website that contains the home page, the about page, services page, and also a contact page. My advice is that you follow each and every thing that we send to you so that you can be able to maximize the program. All right, any other question? Any other question? Okay, in the absence of any other question, I think if I'm over to you, thank you again for the platform to speak.
Thank you so much, Calvin. It's an opportunity to have you here. And I should let everyone here know that it's really, really an opportunity to have this course. Like, it's actually paid for, but you are getting it free of charge. Like, Calvin is not charging you for this, and this could cost at least 20,000 naira. So you should not make light of this opportunity. And at the end of it, you would also be given certificate of participation, which you can post. So I'll quickly, Calvin, we can see your face. It's good to see you. It's been quite some time. That
Everywhere is dark. The light is not so bright, so good to see you too.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll quickly share my slide for those that were not here on time. So the organization hosting this or making this possible is IKEIF Academy. And IKEIF Academy is a company that specializes on digital products. Actually, the idea was mainly AI, but we are also diversifying. And our goal is to change the minds of people, to build the minds of people by developing them. We believe that there is a lot of potentials in Africans, and we want to ensure that everybody has an opportunity to grow. So I'm going to be sharing these slides at the end of the day, and I will encourage you to follow our Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter pages. So for the logistics of the course, we'll have live classes on Saturday on Telegram at 8 p.m. And here you would discuss with him or ask him questions about the what you are doing, and then we'd also have recorded videos on Telegram. So we are going to put all the videos all together. There are 16 videos in total. If you like, it's something you could complete in a day if you are really fast and really want to learn very quickly. But we just expect that at the end of each week, you complete a test. So a test will be sent at the end of each week, which would be available on Friday of the week, and it has to be turned in by Sunday at 23:59 p.m. So there is no light or one kind of story like that. It has to be turned in at that time. And there will be a capstone project. So the capstone project involves building a portfolio website. So your portfolio website could be your own personal website that will talk about you, or if you have a business that will talk about your business, whatever you decide, but you have to build the portfolio website as your capstone project. And this has to be submitted. The date will be communicated, but before the 4th of May. So it means that you can start from now, from the knowledge you gain from the course as you study. to start building your portfolio website. Like I said, certificates of participation will be awarded to learners who submit all their quizzes and also complete the capstone project. And we also have the first and second prize. The first prize, which will be an MTN broadband, MiFi, or an Airtel, whatever network you want. And the second prize will be 1 month internet subscription worth 2,000 naira. So let's see who will get the prize this time around. And I noticed that some people that are here have not registered for the course, so you could register on this link and connect with Calvin here on WhatsApp and also on Facebook. I'll be sharing these slides at the end. And this is what we talked about at the beginning, who he is, in case you want to read. And these are a lot of the websites he has built. So I want to tell you, like, you're in the right hands. And if you really follow this course from the beginning to the end, like he has said, you will build at least one website. So I don't know if we have any other question, else we'll call it a day. Okay, any question or contribution?
Okay, I have one thing to say. I think was it mentioned about the next session, live session we're having, which is on next Saturday?
Yeah, I put it here. So the next live session will be on the 13th, which is next Saturday.
We'll continue because I didn't introduce WordPress today. I'll be doing that in our next session.
Okay. This is the link to register. I could just type it in the chat. But I'm going to share the slides as well. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Calvin, for this opportunity once again. And to everyone that attended, thank you for attending and have a wonderful evening and a great weekend. Okay, see you. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.